So here we have the graph that we created earlier of soil moisture. We have points for each measurement and a line that represents the mean. The mean for one treatment is definitely higher than the other two, so we think that overall soil moisture was highest in that treatment. But as you can also see, there's lots of data points high and low in both mulch types and plenty of overlap. So how can we know for sure that this average or mean shows a real difference, or could it be higher just by chance? So to add our standard deviation to the graph, select standard deviation in the toolbar on the right, same place where we added the mean. This creates lines above and below the mean that are one standard deviation away from the mean. So that gives us a visual idea of how spread out the data is. So as you can see, they are pretty spread out, but some are more so than others. If all of our measurements are close together, the standard deviation is small and there's not as much random variation. If the standard deviation lines don't overlap, then most likely our results will show a real difference between these two treatments. If the measurements are really spread out and the mean wasn't that far apart to begin with, like we kind of have here, you see a lot of overlap in those standard deviation lines from one and the other. This probably means there's too much of a chance that our data didn't have a significant trend. There may just be too much random differences to say for sure if our results are real. So for our results to be considered statistically significant, we don't want these bars to overlap, and ideally there would even be multiple standard deviations between these bars for our results to be accurate. These indeed do overlap quite a bit. Go ahead and add standard deviation lines to your soil moisture and decomposition graphs to see if our results were significant.